Shorty bad, slim, big. She might drug, she might fix.
All right, episode 10, Nat Cash Radio. Here we go. What's up?
Hello.
My name is Natalie Cash. We have Erica and Braden, and this week's episode is actually different than I've ever done. I'm excited. I've never had three people sitting here.
Yes, here we go.
So, tell me, Erica, tell everybody, what is it you do? Because I have a rock in my hand.
Yes.
And there's a reason I have a rock in my hand.
I want to hear this story.
Okay.
It's going to be a good story. I can tell.
Yeah. So tell me what you do and why you are sitting on my couch.
Yes. Okay. So, Young Entrepreneurs Makers Market.
Okay.
Is an idea that came to me in 2021. Was born in 2022 with just the idea that, honestly, kids are brilliant. Like,
yes.
They are dreamers. And, you know, Walt was once a kid, and he said, Walt Disney, he said, if you can dream it, you can do it. So I've truly lived by that. I became an entrepreneur about the age of 26. I turned 40 this year. And so
okay, girl, I'm 46.
I learned very quickly that if you can come alongside somebody else who believes in you.
Yeah. It only takes one.
It just takes one.
Yeah, it really does. So what is your business? You're in fitness, right?
So I am in fitness, but I actually have a social marketing business through Arbonne.
Okay.
And so that's what pays the bills, but at the same time, it's my passion. I am in fitness by degree, and so I still teach because I love it.
Yeah.
It's my passion. And so I quickly just realized that there was so much more to life than just working. And so I became an entrepreneur at 26, building a fitness business, and then transitioned into Arbonne. So
and now you transitioned into mom.
And then I became a mom. That's why I started it.
Yes. It's all about the kiddos.
I work everyone else's off hours. So as
Okay.
a fitness specialist, when you're off work, you want me to train you, right?
Oh yeah.
So that's when I would work.
My trainer might get mad.
Right. I know. But I'm just saying, like, I realize as me, I just wasn't the scene for me. But I love it. Now I can choose it because my kids are all older and, you know, I have more flexibility. But I say that because what Arbonne gave me was somebody to come alongside me.
Yeah.
And show me how to do a system and a process that didn't make sense to me.
Okay.
That was different. And so for me, it was like the idea of like, okay, I can do this. And they really do believe I can do it. And so in 2021, when the world was shut down and, you know, I kept hearing people say, nobody wants to work.
Yeah.
I hated it. Like, it literally was like knives on a chalkboard. And I was like, that is not true. That is not true. These kids want to work. We just have to give them an opportunity. And so that was when the idea came to me that it was just like, what if we did? And I just start with my own kids. People would say, well, how do you get your kids to work? And I'd be like, belts. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. How do we get our kids to work? And honestly, I can't take any credit. They work a lot on their own, but
What do you mean by work? Because someone's gonna be watching this like, what do you mean this girl's getting her kids to work? What?
Yeah. So I'll let him tell a little. He was 12 years old when he started his first business in trash can cleanouts. It was an idea. It popped into my head, and he ran with it. Tell him what you did.
Okay, wait. Though. Yeah. We got to tell everybody who we're hanging out with.
Okay.
This is the quarterback at Lincoln Christian High School. Is that
Yes.
And you're 15 years old. Your name's Braden.
Yeah.
And you're the
15.
quarterback.
Yeah.
So before we start, do you have a girlfriend?
No, I do not.
Ladies, he's single.
Okay.
He's blushing. That's awesome.
I love that. So you're actually ranked 4th right now.
Yeah.
At Lincoln Christian. We'll get to your business here. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay.
So you're the quarterback at Lincoln, and now you're sitting on my couch doing your very first podcast, and you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So tell me about what happened at 12 years old.
Well, at 12 years old, like she said, she had the idea, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I could really do this. And so all I did was I grabbed whatever we had. So at the time was a few towels, a sponge, some Dawn dish soap, and I started advertising on the Facebook page in our neighborhood. Some people thought it was cool. Some people really liked it. And they actually signed up just using an easy Google form. And so after that, she was actually out of town when we had to do it. So she made my dad go with me. And we literally just started scrubbing. Like, we had to get in the trash can and, like, completely clean the whole thing. It was kind of gross.
Yeah.
But it was a really good learning experience. And after that, I kind of upgraded. So I actually bought a power washer with the money I made from that one-time thing. And so I kind of made it a full-time business during the summer. and sometimes I'll even get some of the buddies to come out, and we'll just go out and knock on people's doors.
Do you
throw
pay
out
your
flyers.
buddies? Your little coworkers?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. I pay them a fair share.
Okay. I love that.
Fair share.
Fair share.
Minimum wage.
But
No,
yeah,
just kidding.
and it's really fun. And this year I actually bought a golf cart with the money that I've made. And so now I can just drive around the neighborhood instead of having to wheel the whole little power washer around. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so is this still your business? Is this what you've been doing since you were 12? Or
Yeah, pretty much. I've cleaned trash cans. This year I actually started like kind of getting into mowing and stuff like that.
Okay.
And during the winter when it snows, obviously it doesn't snow very often, but when it does snow, we'll shovel driveways. So we
You're
just
doing
try to
good,
do all
Mom.
the things.
You're doing real good, Mom.
He's a good kid. He's a
So
good kid.
the young entrepreneurs, you're doing this thing at Lincoln Christian?
No, it's actually at Forest Ridge.
Forest Ridge.
Yeah, they were so gracious for many years to just donate their building to us. So it's in the glass veranda inside the clubhouse at Forest Ridge. And they said yes just to the idea. And so been running with that. So this will be, I think, this is our 4th event, 3rd year to do it. And so kind of gearing up towards the holidays, you know, people want to buy little trinkets or little things, you know, here and there. And so what's crazy is the most vendors we've ever had is 18 vendors.
Wow.
We have over 30 vendors.
What's the age? 30 vendors?
30 vendors. 30 vendors.
What's the age limit?
There's no limit.
Okay,
There's the
so-
sky's the limit. You can, but I say this, I always say, like, as long as you're in school, like young, you know, as long as you're in school. But there's a 6-year-old that signed up. I said, as long as you can handle it, parent.
Yes.
I'm like, that's fine with
What
me.
is the 6-year-old selling?
I can't even remember. I knew you were going to say, I can't even remember. I can't, I don't remember.
Okay,
There's all
so it's
sorts of
probably
things.
like something like this.
Yeah, yes.
Can
yes.
I tell you my rock story?
Tell me my rock story. I wanna
Braden,
hear.
would you buy this?
I 100% would.
So over the weekend,
Yeah.
I was trying to teach my kids kindness, and I
Yes.
also wanted to get them off their iPads,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
So I went and bought the rock painting kits, and and I was like, we're going to go deliver these. And
Yeah.
we made a list, like my mom was on there, and like my brother, you know, and we were going to go deliver the rocks.
Yeah.
And so my son, we get to my mom's house, and I'm like, go give it to Dee Dee. You
Yeah.
know, he's 8.
Yes.
And he had painted this lovely rock, and he was like, $2. I was like, that's not how you gift. So we get in the car, and I'm like, okay, Quentin. I'm like, are you trying to start a business, or are you doing something kind?
Right.
And he says, I'm trying to start a business.
Come here, Roxy. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Where's Spence?
In the car.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, look at that. How pretty.
I'm selling rocks.
You
These
are selling them?
cool.
No, you're giving them to people as presents.
Yes, I know.
Say, I love you. I brought this because I love you.
I love you. I
That's
brought
even
this.
better if you sell them.
Oh,
Hey, smart. He's
Yes.
thinking. Here's the idea. He's thinking out of the box. Like he's going. You know, that was a typical rock,
Right.
And now it has art on it.
yes.
And if I can show somebody the value,
right.
is it worth $2? If it's not, is it worth $1? Like, what is the value now it is to somebody else? And I think
love this.
that's what we have to do.
November 17th
November 17th.
is the young. What's it called?
It's called Young Entrepreneurs Makers Market.
Okay.
Long name, but just the idea of like, I feel like it gave everybody a true picture of like
What it is.
It really is. Like
Yeah.
these are kids coming together to present a product to them. And so we're actually going to do our first, I've never done this before, but we're doing our first kind of Zoom event this week so we can actually teach them like, okay, if somebody comes to your table, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
My kids need that more than anything.
And we've never done that. Like I would literally just set them up. I kind of set them up for failure if I'm being
Yeah.
honest, because I would set them up. This is their 3rd or 4th time to do it. And I would always say, okay, tell your story.
yeah.
Well, how do you tell a story? They don't know how to tell a story. Like, well, my mom helped me make this, you know,
Yeah.
present whatever. And so he actually sells at the event. He actually sells growth rulers. You know what that is?
no.
So it's like this big long board. It's about 6 feet, and you can hang it on your wall. and you can like track people's height throughout the years. So like on their birthday or something, you can mark it for like whatever day, how old they are, who it was, and so you can like track.
Are all your kids like him? Because he sounds like he's got a very driven mindset. I mean, he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
And
He's smart.
okay.
He's super smart. He's got his dad's smartness. I come alongside and I'm like, hey, let's try this.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at me like, okay, Mom, I'll trust you. He's a very trusting kid. And so, yeah, my daughter, she's probably my most naturally entrepreneur child.
Okay.
The one that's, like, ooh, Mom, what about this? Ooh, Mom, what about this? And
How old is she?
She's 12.
She's 12.
She wanted to be here. And so
Well, let's give a shout out to
I know.
her. What's her name?
Ashlyn.
We love you, Ashlyn. I'm sorry you couldn't come.
Yes. And Colin just smiles and he sells all the freckled lemonade because he's just cute. And you
yeah.
just go,
How old is
okay,
he?
He's 9.
He's 9.
He's 9. Yep.
Okay, so if you're in school, you can do this event.
Yep.
And so, okay, he's not only offers services, but he also is selling something.
Yep.
Can you have a child there or a kid that can offer services as well?
Absolutely. We've had car detailing. We've had babysitting. We've had all sorts of things. And I think that gives kids an opportunity to see like, okay, like there may not be a right now exchange, but again, you can tell your story. Like, how did you get here? Why would you babysit? Why are you the person to watch my kids? And I think one of the things that we've lost, if I can date myself, is the idea of face-to-face interactions for kids to understand how to speak, how to talk to adults, how to make eye contact, how to tell a story, and how to make a sale. Because at the end of the day,
I was going to say, and how to make money.
Yes, because at the end of the day, like I literally tell them, I'm like, I've got 4 more years with you. 4. That's not very long. For me the majority of your life is going to be without me. And so if I can give you just
so sad.
I know, right? I know. It's without me. I'll still be there. Don't worry. But it's like that. That idea of like, I mean, there's not a sense of urgency, but there's also a sense of urgency where like, if my job is to steward you and to help you, become a man of God that says, I'm going to produce something.
Yeah.
What is that going to be? That's important.
You're raising men. I
Yeah,
like that.
right.
Yeah.
And somebody's future spouse, that's what I always say, like, no matter boys or girls, like, you're going to be the partner for somebody.
Yeah.
And that's,
Some woman's really going to love you someday. They're going to be like, she did a good job on this kid.
Well, and I give shout outs to my mother-in-law because I feel like all the time, I'm like, you just never know,
Yeah.
like I told him that today. My 19-year-old self had no idea that that would be who
Look
I
at
would
you
choose.
now, Mom.
I know. Like, okay, good job.
How do you get your kid to, like, I can see my youngest not caring at all about this, but my oldest, the one with the rock business. How do you get my youngest to yeah. Like, how do you get a kid to do that? Motivate him.
Give them a little bit of seed. I always say motivation's an internal choice, right? Like, it's a feeling, but it takes action. Like there has to be something behind it. And so I think that for my youngest, he's the same way. He thinks I mean, he literally thinks like if you're just going to go out and do a lemonade stand, someone's just going to kind of hand you a 20, like that's in his whole life because he's the youngest and he's cute. But at the end of the day, like, I think there has to be, we always do, we show the whole spreadsheet and it's debits and credits. So it's going to cost you this much. So if you're doing a lemonade stand, how much does it cost you in ice and water and lemonade and strawberries? Those things aren't cheap.
Budgets.
Cups. You know how expensive cups are right now? These small businesses, I'm like,
Tell us, girl.
I won't take your cups. It's okay. I don't need to drink anything. I got my own water. But at the end of the day, like, the cup costs something.
Yeah.
The straw costs something.
Yes.
Like, if you want, so what does the entire package cost? And then how much did you make? And so trying to show them like the value, the time it cost you to make it versus the reward in which you earn the money.
What have you noticed about him over the last 4 years starting this?
Oh my gosh, this kid, I tell you what, he is by nature, he's intellectually smart. He can read a defense and literally,
We're talking football here.
Right, we're talking football. He can read a defense and change a play on the fly, and you're just like, how did you know that? Like, and but he's so intellectually smart. he's probably been the most challenged in the aspect of just going, I'm going to do this, but I'm not comfortable doing it. Like even this today, right? Like he's like, I trust you, Mom. Like, you know, but he's doing it. And I know that there was somebody that once did that for me. Like that was like the person that was like, hey, I see this in you. Let's call it out.
I had a boss. I moved to Vegas. I went from Dallas to Vegas to do morning radio.
Okay.
And there was a guy there, and he believed in me. Like I had never done morning radio in my life, and he gave me an opportunity.
Give you a shot.
Yeah.
You don't forget those people.
No. Carrie Roth, I love you, man.
Yes, Carrie, good job. Good job.
Way to go, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
It only takes one person to believe in you, Braden.
Yeah.
So November 17th, Young Entrepreneurs
Makers Market. Yep.
How can people get their kid to sign up for this? Where do you go?
Yes. So there's an Instagram page. There's a Facebook event. We are currently sold out of vendor spots. I would love to take all the kids. We're going to have to get a bigger spot next time.
Okay.
We're going to have to think bigger. But what I tell people, especially like right now, as we're just gearing up, you know, for the last of it, it's just okay, who can come and shop? Who would be willing to go, you know what, I'll tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, exactly. Like tell your friends to come out and shop and support these kids that have been working for months now on just this idea. We have so many things. Like I know we have barbecue sauce. We have meat seasoning. We have growth rulers. We have cake pops and homemade potpourri and
all the services.
There's all sorts of services. I can't even. I mean, there's so many things, but it's what I love about it is that I see these kids' light bulbs, and when those light bulbs start going off, I'm like, okay, it's worth it.
It's working.
It's worth it because I told him, I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I just had this idea.
Yeah.
Like. And that's exactly what you have to do. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I'm so trusting the process and trusting the Lord that He's going to guide my next steps and help somebody, right? Help the next kid that goes, man, what if I could?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, what if you can?
You're instilling so much confidence in these kids. I can only imagine. They walk away from there and they're like, I can do this. I can talk to anybody. I can sell anything.
And I always say confidence is a gift you give yourself. So if I can look at somebody and be like, I believe in you, they take confidence, right? They take that courage and they go, okay, she believes I can. And all of a sudden they start taking steps.
Yeah.
And I always think like, because I would love to give every kid confidence. I really would. But I truly believe if I can just be like, I believe in you. And he's got to go out there and put in the work. He's got to go out there and do the action steps. I can't do it for him. I would love to. But I know. I would love to, right?
I know.
But I can't. And I'm like, and that's the part that, you know, I just want to shake some people, but you can't. At the end of the day, like, you're out here doing this.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're taking an action step. You're like, I'm going to figure it out.
How has this helped you with football?
Kind of just helps me to become confident because you can be nervous. You can have that little sense of fear. I would even say fear sometimes. But taking the step through it is what makes you brave and more confident in what you can do and the abilities that you have. Because how you prepare is how you'll do it in the end. Like, you stand on your preparation so that you can get a good outcome, right? Because if you can't just go in there doing nothing. So when you prepare for stuff like this, it helps you see that what you've put in, you'll get out. So that's really just how it helped me with football, just all the different things, just giving me confidence in every direction that I try to go.
Are you a junior?
I'm actually just a freshman.
You're a freshman?
And he's not the starting quarterback. He's but he will be someday. He's working
a quarterback.
He's working his way up there, right?
Yeah.
He's working his way up there. He's
That's
like, Mom.
awesome, though. Lincoln Christian, I went to Owasso, but Lincoln Christian, number 4 in the state, baby.
Yes.
That's
yes.
great.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you the rest of the season, Braden.
Thank you.
And good luck at school and your entrepreneurship. I think that is awesome. I wish I would have had a. No, I love my mom. I wish I would have known about. We had things like this when we were younger.
I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Is that wasn't something that I grew up knowing there was a thing.
Yeah.
We didn't have degrees of entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Where now they hold degrees for entrepreneurship, and I'm like, wow, I'm confused. But I'm like, if somebody knew that it was just as easy as taking a step, whatever the step is, then I think more kids would have the confidence or courage to get up and do it, you know, because at the end of the day, like, all these entrepreneurs are just figuring it out.
Right. Yeah.
They're just figuring it out.
The young entrepreneurs.
Makers Market. Makers Market.
Makers Market,
yes.
baby.
Yes.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
November 17th, go check it out. Forest Ridge in Broken Arrow.
Yes.
Thanks for being on the podcast. Did
Thank
you have
you.
fun, Braden?
Yes, I had a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it.
You did great, by the way.
Thank you.
I hope I'm instilling confidence in you.
Yes,
You are.
that's right.